Hi everyone, welcome to DOdaily, Monday Motivation. It's Des here, ready to attack a brand new week. Not just a brand new week, of course tomorrow is the start of a brand new month. And that's really significant in what I'm going to say today. Looking forward to it for so many reasons, but I'll come back to that. I'll just start by saying, feeling really good again. Just like last Monday, really sort of understood how important certain things at the weekend have been. Whilst not doing anything over the top, anything that would have possibly looked on and deemed as massively exciting, just done all the things I enjoy, with a few hiccups on the way, but again, not letting them get to me, making the most of what I'm doing, spending time with people, spending time with Kay, also getting to the football, getting in some running, the running clubs, just all the typical things have made it an absolutely brilliant weekend. And when you can look back on it like that, you've prepared and got yourself ready to have an absolutely brilliant week ahead. If it hasn't been so good, here's where the work starts. We can put it in, try and create some Monday motivation, use the DOdaily hashtags for the different days to try and build some momentum and get into a place where we really want to be. Touched on a few of the things I did there, and like I say, they weren't without hiccups, but they put a smile on my face. I actually put a post on my social media last night, I think it was Twitter, stating that if I had a picture to sum it up, I wish I had a picture to sum it up. I didn't quite have something that did, but I look back on it and it just put a smile on my face. Just makes me feel really good about what I'm doing. And whilst this week I know it's going to be busy, I'm already feeling a little bit jaded from the weekend and the past couple of weeks. It's been a really busy period for me. Got lots to look forward to this week. Looking to kick in with a new training plan, a new health kick. And that's what I was alluding to right at the start of the episode, where tomorrow, the start of a new month, is actually 6 months until the wedding. Anybody who watches DOdaily knows this year I'm getting married. And I always had it in mind from 6 months in to go really hard. So as of today, it's full steam ahead in terms of the goals and targets I really want to achieve. I would have hoped to have been a little bit further on, if I'm really honest, from January and February. I set these goals at the start of the year. I would have hoped to have been really sort of pushing on and feeling a bit better. But the injuries just held me back a little. A bit of caution, a bit of confidence in many ways has stopped me from pushing too much. But from now, I realise that I've really got to go hard, and because I want to achieve certain things. I want to get my weight down. I want to be in a good shape for the events that come after the wedding. So it's a brilliant incentive, isn't it? If the events, getting fit for the events coincides with getting fit and trying to look my best for the wedding. Don't get me wrong, I'm sure Kay would marry me whatever I look like and vice versa. But it's important to feel good and feel good about yourself and just feel happy about where you're at. And I know sort of getting fit, losing weight builds confidence, and it makes me happy if I can sort of build on where I'm at the moment. Personally, things are absolutely fantastic. Whilst life isn't perfect, it never is. There's one or two things, as ever, I've got to sort out. Now I just realised that some things really don't matter. I think that's been the case sort of a lot through doing DOdaily, especially on a Monday and looking back, but I just feel as content as ever after that weird sort of period where it was just a bit flat, probably just the post-Christmas blues, but I didn't look at it that way. Again, I used it turned it into a positive to try and pick myself up. Kept talking about momentum building. I've already mentioned it today. If you're not in a great place, just try and find ways. get outside, get some fresh air. The reason I'm actually in at the moment is absolutely pouring it down. Normally I'd go for a walk, getting plenty of activity. It's not quite been the case today, but again, as of tomorrow, 6 months to the wedding, I'm going to be absolutely smashing it. And when I do kick in, you know, it's been hard over the last couple of months, and it has been a bit sort of there's been a few false starts, but I know when I do kick in, I know how determined I get, I know how much it does for me. And again, all we can do each week, each month, each year, whichever way we do it, you know, it's just look at where it worked, where it didn't in the previous week, month or year, or however long you're looking at, and just try and do it that little bit better. And that's all I'm going to try and do, be that little bit better than last week. If I keep building week on week, you know, I got more running in last week than I've done for a while again, so sort of pick that up. Whilst I finish with a really difficult run, check out the part 1 vlog on Wednesday, by the way, this Wednesday coming. Got up to Sheffield and did a brand new part 1. It was an absolute nightmare in terms of the hills and how it went, but again, it's just another one in. Didn't deflate me. I wouldn't say I'm particularly happy with what I did there. You know, a slight disappointment, but again, I've got to use that disappointment and turn it into a positive. Use it as motivation. One day I can look back and say, look how far I've come. You know, I've made this journey before. When I initially sort of got into my running, lost weight, it was at this time of year, and at the similar time to when the wedding is going to be, when the big events are. I took part in my first half marathon and did it in sub 2. So I'd come a long way, losing 6 stone in the process. You know, I've not quite got that to lose. I've got goals on a similar sort of level to that half marathon. But what I'm trying to do is really, really push on from here on in. Spoke a lot in the last few months about putting the foundations in to make it better. But like I say, every time we start a brand new week, we start a new period, it's about looking at where it went right, which of course it did go right in many ways, because I'm still happy, I'm still enjoying the things I'm doing, I'm still really, really positive, but also look at where it went wrong. And in many ways, the run all went wrong because didn't quite approach it properly, you know, wasn't prepared as I should be, but also the diet is not right as well, and I've got to change so many things to get to where I want to be. And it's never easy to do that, especially when you're changing so much at once. But it's not impossible either. And if you believe you've got the mental strength and the character to see it through, you're giving yourself every opportunity. But like I say, at this point in the week, it's just about sort of remembering what worked, what didn't, using the contentment if you're happy, building momentum if you're not quite in the right place, and really, really striking on. Tomorrow, of course, is Tuesday training, where I look to introduce activity to what I'm doing. I'm hoping to do a little bit more than I have recently. Build on that with Wednesday workout, and then of course, look at Thursday thoughts. Invite people to ask me questions. A live session, you can ask me absolutely anything. Brilliant episode last week, really, really enjoyed it. Lots of interactions and some great questions to go at. Whilst this might be a running stroke mental health based daily vlog of me letting you know how I feel, encouraging activity wherever I possibly can, I like to be relatable, so you can transfer this into whatever you're doing. I understand the things I like aren't what everybody else likes, but what I am is just a realistic and honest person. You know, I'm not perfect by any stretch. I wouldn't be talking about a lot of these things if I was perfect. You know, one thing that I think sort of helps and inspires people is when they see somebody getting it wrong. And I'm just as much of an example as that, as all the things that I've got right. There has been things that have gone right in the last few years. It's because I've took stock of where I'm at, you know, been honest with myself and decided that I need to get to a certain point. Driven, determined and dedicated of three words that I'd like to use to explain myself, because I know when I get going, that's where I am. Today is almost the start of another journey, although I don't like that word journey. You know, it makes it all sound a bit too bit too wishy-washy, but it's the start of something else. 6 months now, a real countdown, a real sort of pivotal point. It feels like if I don't do some of the things now, I'll never do it, and I don't want regrets. That's the last thing any of us need to live with. Regrets are the worst thing in the world. I'd like to say I've not got any regrets about the way I've lived my life to this point, but of course I have. I made changes. I started doing things to create a positive and enthusiastic mindset, and hopefully that's what people see. That's the message today, guys. Just to keep evaluating, keep realizing where you're at, keep pushing on. Use a brand new week, even a murky Monday as it is, absolutely throwing it down. Regardless of the weather tomorrow, I'll be out there giving it my all, working hard. It's not easy at the moment, it's never easy, but I'll be working really, really hard to build some consistency again, and that's what it's about, consistency. Already, without taking all the activity out of it, taking any thoughts of training plans and what I've eaten and what I've drank and all these things, I'm feeling as good as I was last week. That's a great place to be, because it's starting to feel like this is the place I should be. And again, it's all down to that consistency of doing and saying the things you say. I've got to back that up now. I'll put it out here again that this is the way I'm going to approach it. I'll let you know how it gets on. But if you've liked today's episode, please give it a thumbs up. Please keep subscribing as well. Another couple to the tally. I think it's up to 255. I encouraged a couple of guys at the park run to check out what I'm doing. Like I say, just a sort of relatable mental health, stroke running, stroke everyday life kind of vlog about where I'm at and how we can get the most from what we're doing. Mondays are just a bit of encouragement to give it a real go. As the week goes on, we introduce activity, we introduce talking, and then of course I finish with Wake Up to Walk, where I look back at everything that's been said and encourage you to have a fantastic weekend. Use all the benefits of getting up early. And with one of the real plus points at the moment, despite the rain, although it's just another sign, is that it feels like spring is coming. Getting up early, it's something I'm really going to attack again this week. Getting up early, getting out, getting in some daylight. It's possible now before work, so I'm going to give that a real go to. So keep watching, guys, keep tuning in. Like I say, look out for what's coming. Definitely that part 1 vlog. Check out how brutal it was at Sheffield Castle part 1. But for now, have a great evening. Look forward to the week and have the best one you possibly can. Check back in tomorrow for Tuesday training. A few more words built around the activity I'll be doing with the Do Running guys. Until then, just doing it.